Hey friend, welcome to the final episode in our Summer Body Without the Pressure series. Today we're talking about how to actually feel good in your body during the summer, not just mentally, but yes, physically too. I know I talk a lot about our thoughts and our feelings, but I want to talk about how to make your actual body feel good. Because let's be honest, the heat and the humidity, the bloating, oh, all the low energy, that stuff can mess with how we feel in our body and how we show up for the season. And when you're trying to feel confident, your hot girl summer, or taking care of yourself, feeling physically uncomfortable, you can really let that all get in the way. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about simple foods, some hydration tips, and easy ways to stay energized and bloat free. So, you can enjoy that summer without dragging through it. Let's start with one thing I hear all the time. Let's talk about bloating. So many people tell me they feel swollen or heavy, like they're constantly bloated, especially in the summer. And if you've ever tried to squeeze into a swimsuit or a pair of shorts, your favorite shorts, while you're feeling bloated, you know how that can instantly mess with your confidence. A lot of this comes from what we're eating, how much we're eating, and even how we're hydrating or not hydrating. And let me just say, bloating happens. It's normal. But there are things you can do to minimize it and make your body feel lighter, more energized, and more comfortable. One of our first things to look at is your food, especially when it comes to summer events. We love our creamy pasta salads, our greasy barbecue, salty snacks, frozen cocktails, and heavy desserts. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying those things, maybe in a little moderation. But if every meal starts to feel like it's all heavy foods, your body's going to too. Everyone's a little different, but in general, I found that those greasy fried foods or heavy cream-based dishes, even maybe some spicy meals, lots of sugar, all those usually are the biggest culprits when it comes to bloating. So on the flip side, there are some amazing summer foods that I look forward to, and they actually help your digestion and leave you feeling light and fresh and satisfied. Did you know that pineapples and mangoes, for example, they both contain natural enzymes? They call them digestive enzymes, and they help break down food. So have a little of that. It'll just help break down the food. Watermelon, I love that in the summertime. It's hydrating. It's 90% water already. It's hydrating and it's refreshing. And fresh berries, they are sweet and satisfying and full of fiber. Tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers and all those things that we get out of the garden. All of these summer fruits and vegetables, they are light and full of water and easy to enjoy in quick meals or snacks. And when something is fresh, when it's seasonal, it tastes better. It's like a treat. I can tell you, Indiana grown tomatoes, something about the soil and the sunshine, they are one of my absolute favorite things about summer. I slice them up for sandwiches or throw them into my salads. I make salsa. I even put them on eggs in the morning in the omelet. It makes food feel exciting again, not mundane or like a chore or like it's diet food you have to have. It makes it exciting. I think it's a big mindset shift too. Instead of thinking about summer as a time to restrict or obsess, I like to think of it as a chance to eat foods that feel fresh and exciting, foods that I only get in the summertime. Fresh fruit and fresh veggies, grilled meats. I know you can get some of these in the other months, but they're not the same. They're not as fresh. Even sparkling water with some fruit in it, oh, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about discovering what actually helps your body feel good. When you eat in a way that supports your digestion, you're naturally reducing the bloat, the fatigue, and that ugh kind of feeling that comes from those heavy meals. So now let's talk about hydration because it's hand in hand, right? It's a game changer for how you feel in your body and in your brain. A lot of people think they're drinking enough water. They're like, yeah, I drink water. I ask, how much? But the truth is, if you're waiting to feel thirsty before you drink, you're already behind. By the time your body is signaling thirst, it is in a deficit. You are in the beginnings of dehydration already. I tell my clients all the time, you've got to become just a water sipper. Keep it with you all day, sip it often, and don't overcomplicate it. We've all heard 8 glasses a day. And that's a decent place to start. A lot of people, that would be a great place to be. But depending on your size, how active you are, how hot it is, whether you're sweating, maybe you're drinking a lot of more caffeine or alcohol, you probably need more. I usually get around 80 to 90 ounces a day, depending, and sometimes more in the summer. I use here you go. If you're watching me on video, I use a big 40-ounce metal tumbler because it keeps my water super cold. It makes it easy to track how much I'm drinking. And if you don't love plain water, try a flavor packet, some fresh fruit or a cucumber slices. Some people love their water super icy cold, and others prefer room temperature. There's no wrong answer here. Whatever works, do that. It's not about following someone else's water routine. It's about getting your body what it needs. And here's the part people don't always connect. Hydration directly affects hunger cues. When your body needs water and it's not getting it, it may actually send you faux hunger signals. They look like food cravings because there's water in food too. Your body's just trying to get what it needs however it can. So if you're trying to reduce snacking or urges, try upping your water intake first. It's one of the easiest ways to help your body calm down and reduce those unnecessary hunger urges. Hydration also helps with brain fog. It boosts your energy, helps you stay sharp, and improves your mood. I know when I'm underhydrated, when I'm dehydrated, I can get cranky sometimes or a little scattered. I definitely don't feel sharp, and everything feels just a little bit harder. But when I'm hydrated, I feel clear. Believe it or not, I can feel calm, and that makes showing up for myself so much easier. So let's talk about caffeine and electrolytes because I get asked a lot. What about? So, caffeine for me, it usually comes in the form of my flavor packet in my first bottle of water. I'm not a coffee drinker, so that's how I get my little boost of caffeine. Now, coffee does count toward your water goal. I try to say just 1 cup of coffee to add to your water goal. Don't make all of your water because it is a diuretic. It's fine to have it, just don't let it be the only source of your fluids. And electrolytes. A lot of people don't need them. We have so much salt in our food already. And you probably don't need them every day, but they can be helpful if you're sweating a lot, if you're drinking alcohol or feeling especially sluggish. Just be mindful. Some of those sports drinks have sugar, and some of those electrolytes can be pretty high in sodium. So, especially if you have high blood pressure or something, I prefer to use an electrolyte packet. I can add that to my own water if I need a little extra of something. And let's not forget, alcohol contributes to dehydration and bloating. I realized pretty quickly in my own journey that I didn't actually love how alcohol makes me feel in my body. Maybe in the moment we like the little buzz, the little, the little happy drunkenness that we get, but I didn't love the way it made me eat more or the way it bloats me, the way I feel tired the next day. And honestly, I'd rather feel good in my body than have a drink. I got to the point where I can have a really great time without alcohol. Actually, when we go out with friends, I usually have that big tumbler of flavored water, and because no one knows what's in my cup, sometimes they'll joke with my husband, "You know, your wife's a lot of fun when you get a few drinks in her," and he laughs and tells them, "That's water. She's got water in her cup." They don't ever believe him, but you don't have to drink to have fun. You don't have to explain your choices either. People are usually more concerned with their own experience than wanting to know what's in my cup. So let's bring all of this together real quick. If you want to feel good in your body this summer, to have more energy, less bloating, clearer thinking, and more confidence, here's what I want you to focus on this week. One, choose more fresh foods, fruits, vegetables, maybe some grilled proteins, not because you have to, but because they're good. They're delicious and they feel good in your body and to eat. Two, let's drink more water. Carry it with you. Flavor it if you want. Make it easy, enjoyable. Don't wait to feel thirsty. Three, notice how your body feels after meals, not just during. Are you bloated or sluggish, light, or energized? Let that be your guide for your next decision. Store that information in your head so that you know how different foods or how much of foods feel when you eat them. Four, Reduce your alcohol a little bit. If you've noticed it makes you feel worse, find fun ways to still be social, relaxed without relying on drinks to make it happen. And five, remember that how you feel physically affects how you feel emotionally. If your body feels heavy and slow, it's going to be harder to feel confident and motivated. So treat your body like someone you care about. Give it what it needs to thrive, not just survive. If you've been feeling bloated, tired, off track with weight loss or anything, like your summer habits just aren't helping you feel your best, you're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out by yourself. I'd love to help you create a summer routine that fits your life, helps you lose weight in a sustainable way, and actually feels good in your body. Not just when you're perfect, when you're doing all the things all the time, but when you're busy and traveling, how it fits the life that you want. Try to make the most of this season. You can book your free personalized solutions call at coachingkara.com/free call, and we can talk about what's working, what's not, and what needs to shift maybe just a little bit so that your habits match the kind of life and body you actually want. Let's get that scale moving again. This isn't about being the smallest version of yourself. It's about being the most present, the most energized, the most confident version of you. I want you to love life, especially starting this summer. This is the last episode in our summer series. I hope that what we've talked about the past few weeks helps you create the summer that feels free and flexible and full of the kind of moments that you'll actually want to remember. You don't have to follow strict rules. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to show up for yourself, one meal, maybe one walk, or one sip of water at a time. You're doing better than you're thinking you are, and I'll be right here cheering you on. See you next week for our next podcast episode. And until then, go take care of yourself and enjoy your summer.